Stools, you have wing tables, you have private booths as well. Sky also offers you a magnificent view of the city skyline during the day, as well as a sparkling view of the city at night. This side you have the cascading terrace gardens. We believe that Sky will be really suitable for those who are looking to groove to some great music and enjoy a couple of drinks with friends. The level 2 over here portrays the elegance that is suitable for those for a private get-together. The music will play a very important role and a very important facet of Sky. In this regard, I must tell you that Sky has associated with a famous entertainment company called Submerge to bring in and define their music philosophy and to set a benchmark for the electronic dance music lovers of Hyderabad. In terms of cuisine, let me tell you that Sky will be offering you a variety of finger food and alternative tapas cuisine. Tapas is a collection of small plate dishes that have as much of focus on the food as well as the ambience. The total seating capacity combined, both the levels below as well as here, is about 130. So you could have private gatherings here as well as party place down below. While I mentioned about the music, I now take this opportunity to call on the celebrity DJ, the most famous DJ, Mr. Nikhil Chinapa, who will now talk to you about the music philosophy of Sky. We'll now invite Mr. Nikhil Chinapa to come. After this is over, we invite any questions, and then we shall break for refreshments below. So Mr. Nikhil Chinapa is expected now, and we'd like him to speak to you on the same.
To take a few examples of what's going on globally, or to describe what the environment over here would be like. It's a place where early on in the evening you can come in, you can relax, and the music is kept at low volume. And through the evening, the tempo of the music changes and it becomes a little more energetic. But very clearly, it's not a nightclub. It is not a discotheque. There will hopefully be no lasers. We do not want lasers. None of that. It's more a mix of socializing and music that allows you to socialize, and at the same time, I call it head bobbing. So if you enjoy the music, your head starts to do this. And foot tapping, where you're having a conversation with someone, your head's doing that, your foot's doing this. So
I'd like to come in front, the ladies over there.
That's the idea of the music. Now, the record label that I'm going to be working closely with to make this happen is a record label from the UK called Defected Records. They are globally known as one of the biggest names in what's called house music. But house music today has so many different definitions. In fact, going purely by definition, one of the most popular groups in the world, which is the Swedish House Mafia, don't actually play house. It's a strange situation because that music genre itself has become so vast and so fragmented that there are so many sub-genres that have been created underneath it that sometimes it gets difficult to say, is this song progressive house, is it deep house, is it new disco, is it tech house? At the end of the day, I've realized that there's no point trying to give it a name. I think there's good music and there's bad music in every genre, and I hope Sky will be known for good music.
Great.
Any questions?
Any questions? Thank all of you for coming and spending some time here. If there are any questions, any doubts you'd like to have, after this we are taking you down, showing you a little more about Sky.
Which will be out in about a month and a half's time, and the launch party for that album in Hyderabad hopefully will be at Sky. So you'll get to experience the music that I'm talking about firsthand, and you'll all get copies of the CD as well. Yes.
Can you tell us something about the music?
It's difficult to pinpoint one city and say this is the scene here. Even though I've grown up in Bangalore, and I love saying that Bangalore is the cradle for dance music in India. I've said that so many times. We're seeing more and more. Yes, but I'm talking about a generation when there was no internet. Today, we had an artist called Alesso come down and play a few days ago, and there were so many people in the audience who were singing his songs. And it's largely because of how accessible the music has become through the internet. So today, somebody sitting in Hyderabad has the same access to music that someone sitting in Miami has, or New York has, or Sydney has. It's just a question of saying, this is the kind of music I like, or these are the artists that I like, and the internet will also make suggestions. If you like this artist, why don't you try this one and try that one? So if you have the interest in music, one thing leads to another, and the entire scene in India has become part of the global template or the global dance floor.
And as DJ, like you were saying that the tempo of the music would change into the evening.
Absolutely.
And how do you establish that okay, I'm supposed to play house today, or I should be playing R&B, or this style of music because of this particular crowd? How do you have that? What's that instinct that tells you that
If the crowd is an R&B crowd, I'm in trouble because I don't play R&B. Then I'm in deep trouble. See, a DJ is part psychologist, part artist. It is an art, it is an acquired art form over years to look at people's faces, see what they're doing, observe their body language and say, maybe they're not ready right yet, so I shouldn't be doing this, instead let me do this for a while. It is an acquired art form. I don't know how else to describe it.
And how much time does it take you to acquire that?
It is an endless process.
Like,
Because every time you think you've got it figured out.
And does it vary from one city to another? Do you learn what's the Hyderabad? What do you want to
It
take
varies
from
from dance
Hyderabad?
floor to dance floor. It doesn't vary from city to city. Like for example, would any of us say that Indore has a very vibrant clubbing scene? Most people would say, no, I don't think Indore has a very vibrant clubbing scene. But I was in a club called O2 recently in Indore, and the dance floor was such that the ceiling was low, the room was quite dark, and the music system had a certain tonal quality to it. And the kind of music that I ended up playing in Indore was so advanced in terms of its composition and texture that most of the time I don't even play that in Bombay. So that dance floor in Indore was actually more forward thinking than some of the dance floors I played in Bombay. So tonight I'm going to be playing a selection of house, deep house, and something called new disco, which is spelled with an NU. I don't know why, but they spell it NU-disco.
Any other questions?
So who will be the in-house DJ for Sky?
Sky already has resident DJs. Sky would be having an association with Submerge, the entertainment company, which Mr. Nikhil Chinapa is head of. And we would be associated with him. They will be planning a series of events for us for the next 1 year, bringing in international artists to perform, bringing in other celebrity DJs also within the country to perform. Sky will also define the various activities. We have our resident DJs, they'll be playing on all days of the week, complemented by any other artist who comes in.
The plan also is to be active on social media, not just for the sake of saying we've got a large fan base on social media. Now for me, social media is pointless unless you can engage into useful conversations. So as Sky, I would hope to be able to introduce people to music, whether they're clips from YouTube or introduce them to artists on SoundCloud and say, try this out. And have fans who come to Sky respond to us and say, here's something else that I've discovered. These are the kind of conversations that I want to have to increase the music awareness of fans in Hyderabad. They won't just be bulletins and saying, tonight this event, tomorrow some promotion from some beer company, day after tomorrow some vodka special. That's not what we want to do on social media. Meaningful conversations